Hello traders, hope you're all well today. I'm Liam, the owner and creator of Price Action Ninja, or PAN as some of you have humorously been calling it. Just wanted to make this quick video to give you all a once over of what's included in my VIP membership and how you can expect my courses, books and other features to improve your trading, whether that's supply and demand, price action or just trading in general. I'll also show you two new features I've recently just added to the membership, which is my email FAQs database. This is a collection of the most interesting email questions I've received and answered over the years. The questions cover many topics, but mainly revolve around supply and demand, as you'd probably expect. Got about 65 FAQs here at the minute, and at least another 25 to add over the coming weeks too. So watch out for them. We also have my data insights page. This will add a whole new data-driven component to your trading, and it's not backtesting or anything like that either. It's using statistics and probabilities to enhance your understanding of the market. We'll get to that a little bit later though. First, let's start with what you're probably all here for, and that is my supply and demand course. So here's my hot take. If you're still not making consistent money trading supply and demand, it's down to one or more of the following three reasons. Number one, you struggle to draw correct zones, which I'd say is probably the most common issue. Number two, you can identify and draw decent zones, but you always miss or mess up the entry. And number three, you mistakenly believe all price movement comes from supply and demand zones. So you think all reversals, consolidations, everything like that, it all comes from supply and demand, which isn't the case. Since these are the biggest challenges facing most supply and demand traders, the main goal of my course is to either simplify these aspects or at the very least minimise their impact on your trading. For instance, how long do you spend identifying and drawing supply and demand zones? Hours, days, weekends, Sunday evenings? It usually takes a while, right? But here's the thing, it doesn't have to. You can automatically identify most high probability zones using two free supply and demand indicators I've found. They are SupDem V2, which is for MT4, and then Shived supply and demand for MT5. Both of these indicators can identify and draw top tier supply and demand zones without any human input, and that's even if you leave them on their default settings, so you don't have to worry about changing anything, because the indicators obviously aren't 100% perfect, so expect some iffy looking zones here and there. But even so, they do a stand-up job of finding powerful zones, and that'll free up more time for you to then spend watching for entry signals and setting stop and take profit orders. But let's say you're already pretty good at identifying decent supply and demand zones, yet you still struggle with entering at the right time, or worse, you keep missing the entry completely. I've got a solution, and it's covered in 3 videos. First, I'll walk you through 2 additional entry patterns I personally use when pin bars or engulfing candlesticks fail to appear within the zone. Then I'll introduce my anchor entry method. This approach means you don't even need to see a specific pattern to enter a trade inside a supply and demand zone. You can simply enter anywhere in the zone and then place your stop at a recent point in the market, because it's straightforward to use and helps you avoid missing out. Now, if you're someone who struggles with identifying powerful zones, I've also got you covered. Not only have I written an entire book that explains my complete method for determining the strength of supply and demand zones, but I've also got many videos that go into depth on how to compare zones against each other and then rank them in the market. You'll essentially learn how to build a supply and demand roadmap, and how to evaluate zones using strength, positioning and market sentiment. So the bottom line is, my supply and demand course is all about equipping you with the right mix of knowledge, techniques and tools to eliminate or mitigate the core issues inherent with supply and demand. It's not about learning a new way of drawing the zones or some hidden technique or pattern I've developed. It's just about minimising or fixing the main issues traders like you and me encounter when using the strategy, identifying and drawing the right zones, missing profitable zones due to little or no entry signals, or just misunderstanding how and why supply and demand zones form. My supply and demand course features 16 in-depth videos packed with 2 hours and 30 minutes of advanced tips, techniques and tools designed to help you eliminate the inherent flaws with supply and demand. Whether it's zone identification, timing your entries or refining your stop loss strategies, this course has everything you need and more to finally make a jump in your trading. My second course centres on understanding the smart money. aka the traders that work in banks, hedge funds, and other institutions that trade Forex. Love them or hate them, the smart money essentially controls the Forex market. In fact, just 4 central banks make up a whopping 74% of the daily volume in Forex. This means they're the only ones who can move prices and create the trends, retracements and consolidations we see almost daily. Now, it's easy to assume spotting smart money activity is next to impossible, but while you obviously can't see their buy and sell orders enter the market in real time, you can observe the impact of those orders through the price action. This is one of the core tenets of what my Smart Money course explains and teaches you. How to identify and track smart money activity, understanding what action caused their buying and selling, and then how to apply and use this information in your trading. But how can we determine what action the smart money are executing? Here's the most important point to remember. The smart money traders are always constrained by liquidity. Their market decisions are directly influenced by how many buyers or sellers are available to take the opposite side of their trades and positions. Once you understand this simple fact, spotting smart money activity becomes a whole lot easier, as I'll show you throughout the course. So, here's how the course is split. In part 1, Understanding the Market, I'll give you a complete breakdown of the quote-unquote rules underpinning Forex. These videos explain the most important facts about how the Forex market operates. So like how liquidity and forced liquidation, which is trap traders closing losing trades, drives much of the price movement we see, and how the market itself operates like a zero-sum game, where one trader's profit comes from another trader's losses. You must understand these concepts before you can start tracking and identifying smart money activity. In part 2, I show you how to track and identify the smart money using the rules explained in the previous section. For example, we know the smart money need thousands of buyers or sellers to take the opposite side of their trades. Otherwise, they can't execute at the prices they want. Their positions will be too big and they'll suffer losses from the entry slippage. We also know smart money actions must have a major impact on price, again due to their massive positions. So the key is to figure out where in the market thousands of buyers or sellers were present. This is what I break down in detail to you in part 2 of the course. And then finally, we come to part 3. In this section, I'm going to give you some simple techniques for both identifying smart money activity and then incorporating those insights into your own trading and analysis. I'll also explain what the most powerful technical level in Forex actually is. And it's not supply and demand zones, it's not support and resistance, trend lines, or anything like those points. These are static levels where masses of buy and sell orders build up. And so the smart money use these levels to both enter at better prices and keep their activity hidden to other traders. They're really easy to spot as well, so you won't need to spend too much time on this. Part 3 also contains one of my most important videos, how to use the probability scale. This is basically my method of assessing price moves according to liquidity, swing length and other market factors. This can help you better time when and where price moves will end, especially when you combine it with my most powerful technical level video. I've also got a couple of videos on supply and demand. I wanted to put these in just because I know most of you are probably interested in supply and demand. The videos themselves are directly about analysing smart money activity, like using the COT graph to find zones, so they still technically make sense within the course. Oh, and just quickly, this is the VIP dashboard. This is where you can find links to all your content when you become a member. So you've got my email FAQs here, the trading courses, you can open all your account information here, and I've also got links to all the lessons and articles on my site so you can quickly find whatever you want to look at. And then down here we've also got my books. I've got 16 books in total, plus another 5 on my data insights page, but that's a whole different thing which I'll show you in a minute. All the books are PDFs too, you can't like order hardback editions or purchase them from Amazon. Each book explores either like a core topic, like my order flow trading guide, or explains like a specific technique or trading concept, like how supply and demand, how to find and trade the best zones, deals just with quantifying zone strength and nothing else. Now, let me show you the latest section I've added to the VIP membership, my brand new data insights page. This page contains a collection of market statistics and probabilities I've discovered through my research. It includes 5 pretty meaty books which detail some of my current strategies and techniques for using this data within your trading. For example, let's say you want to know the odds of Euro USD closing bullish or bearish on any given trading day. That's easy. Just scroll down to the General Probabilities tab and you'll find the numbers right there. For Euro USD, the odds of a daily bullish close are a pretty typical 50.7%, while the chances of a bearish close are slightly lower at 49.2%. And that's from 25 years of daily Euro USD price data as well, from 1999, which is when the euro was formed, all the way to August 2023. So, Euro USD has a nearly a 50-50 chance of closing bullish or bearish on any given trading day. Is this useful in your trading? Probably not on its own, but check out the daily high and low break probabilities just below. The odds of a bullish day forming a high higher than the previous day's high are a solid 66.54%. That's nothing to scoff at. In fact, it suggests a bullish day will break the previous day's high 6 out of 10 times. For a higher low, the odds are even more impressive, sitting at 69.75%, basically 70%. That's nearly a 7 out of 10 chance of a bullish day forming a low higher than the previous day's low. Pretty crazy, right? This is just for Euro USD too. Other pairs have slightly different probabilities and frequencies, so they're not all equal for each pairs. By the way, this also means if you see price break the previous day's high, odds are that day will close bullish rather than bearish. It's not guaranteed, of course, but that's what 25 years of price data indicates. For bearish days, you'll find similar probabilities, but for lower lows and lower highs, as you'd expect. Probably also a sign that bullish and bearish days share similar market psychology, despite showing different market sentiments. I won't explain all the data insights here, as it'll just make the video too long. Oh, you see this probability table right here? Make sure you check these out, this and the other three. These show the most important data on my insights page. This data can change your approach to entering each day, as well as drastically reduce your stop loss distance. Check out the 500 to 600 pip range for bullish days, just down here. See how this column shows 91.18%, because that's the total percentage of bullish days which formed a low under 600 points from the open. So what this means is, if price forms a low more than 60 pips from the open, odds are that day won't close bullish, because statistically 91.18% of bullish days form a low within 60 pips of the open. You can use these tables to place much tighter stop loss orders too, which I explain in these little clickable tabs. What else is here? Oh yeah, I almost forgot about this. If you want a simple, repeatable, high probability trade setup, watch for streaks of bullish and bearish days. That's what these charts and tables show, the frequency and probability of seeing daily streaks. Use this probability table on the left to see the odds of each streak ending with an opposing close the next day. So bearish streaks always end with a bullish close and vice versa. You can see 3-day bullish streaks on Euro USD hold an 87.94% chance of closing bearish the next day. This stat alone gives you a new high odds trade setup. Just watch for streaks of 3 or more bullish days, then fade them when you see lower time frame bearish price action. The longer the streak of days, the rarer the event statistically, and so the higher the chance of the streak closing bearish the following day. That's the thing with my data insights page. It's not about just knowing the raw probabilities, it's learning how to combine my data with price action, supply and demand and everything else. And when you start to use the data together by watching for bullish or bearish streaks into SD zones or other key levels, that's when you can skew the raw probabilities even further in your favour. So with that out of the way, let's talk about pricing. Okay, so how much is my VIP membership? Well, it's $57.99 right now, which works out to be around £45.50, I think, is something like that. It's a one-time payment too, so you only pay once to access all current and future content, the courses, the videos, the books, and any other useful data tools and FAQs I decide to add. What else is there to mention? Stripe handles all payments, so credit and debit cards are supported, along with a few other payment options. I actually use Stripe for all my other website businesses, not Forex related. These are sites for SEO and keyword research, and they've always been really sound with me. I've never had any issues, at least, which I can't say about PayPal. And yeah, so that's it, I think. That's the VIP membership. Hopefully this has given you a decent look at what you'll receive from becoming a VIP member, and a little taster of how my resources can improve your trading results. There are some other things that I didn't mention, like my 14 VIP trading articles and the COT graph tool, which I use in a couple of different lessons and videos. But I'll let you guys learn more about these from the page. Thanks again, guys. Let me know if you have any questions or need anything clearing up, either about the membership or just trading in general. I'm here 24/7 all the time, so just shoot me something and I'll get back to you.